My lords, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Feralisk jungle on Rimworld. As we start today's episode, everybody is fast asleep as we can see, and before we get started properly, I just want to mention one thing. This episode was recorded on the same day as the previous episode. Obviously it's not been released on the same day, you can tell that by the release date, but it was recorded on the same day while the other one was rendering. Therefore, any comments on the previous episode I have not yet picked up. So, if you had any suggestions or anything like that, then they won't be acted upon in this episode because obviously time travel isn't a thing. So I won't be ignoring them in this episode. It's just I've not read them yet because they haven't happened yet, from my perspective. You know what I mean. So anyway, let's crack on. Leslie's up and about, as is Python now. And Leslie's now having a food binge, which is not the best. But it's also not the worst. It does mean there's not going to be much food for anybody else. But we should be okay with our fields. So we'll just see how this goes, shall we? And in fact, I think Garcia has just managed to calm Leslie down. Indeed she has. So that food binge is now over. So, thank you very much, Garcia. Nice to have you with us. Anyway, we've just also finished researching the basic prosthetics, as we can see on screen now. So let's hop over to the research screen and we'll pause it in the background. Now let's have a look. What do we want next? There's nothing along here yet. Food condiments, probably not that important. At least there are better things we could look for first. Maybe this one. It's only 100 research points. It will get it out of the way. And it does count towards the overall progression in the Neolithic era. So it's worth having. It doesn't give you anything, but it's a cheap one, it's a quick one, and it takes us one step closer to unlocking the next tier of research, so we may as well go for that. So as you can see, James is cleaning up his vomit in between his cooking duties, which is fine. The mining order for the new bedroom has now been completed. Obviously, we don't want all those. All these want to be hauled out of here as quickly as the way you can. And then we want to set up the furniture. So what we're going to need a door, like so. In fact, we'll put a door there as well. We want some flooring. So just your basic wood floor here, like so. We're going to want a lamp, and we need a bed, which is here. We don't have any granite blocks, so we're going to have somebody carve up some granite blocks for us. That's not the right table, that's the one. Let's repeat this forever, and once we've got enough we can just suspend the bill and re-enable it as and when we need extra blocks, which won't be for a while. So James continues to vomit all over the place, which is fine. He does have food poisoning. Hopefully that will start to subside pretty soon. In the meantime, the lads are just shifting out all of the stone chunks from James's bedroom. Meanwhile, we have a new quest. A trader is calling. A pack of 3 wild Persian cats are hunting him. He wants your help. Okay. We could have... The medicine would be nice, but we can grow some herbal medicine. And it's only 3 units, and we'd burn through that pretty quickly. I'm quite tempted by this pottery here. I think we'll go for the pottery and the crystalline carving. They're going to give us a splendid mood boost, so we'll accept that quest. Obviously, the man-hunting cats aren't going to pose too much of a problem, primarily because they can't get into our base thanks to our walled-off areas. And if we're lucky, the hordes of spiders may take care of them for us anyway. So, here they come now. Obviously they're just going to run around and make a bit of noise, but Other than that, they're not going to cause us any real dramas, so we can just ignore them. Okay, an explosives expert named Layla is crashing nearby. She does have the paralytic abasia, so we can rescue her, but she'll be unable to walk. Does it say how many days? No, it's usually about 20 to 30 days. Let's accept it and see where she's landing. Okay, she's dead. As we can see, it doesn't take long for the Jungalisks to become aware of her presence. And they're going to go and finish her off. Ooh, that would have been nice. Yes, indeed. 34 days yet. That's a shame. If she'd have landed inside the compound, then we would have made every effort to keep her alive. But as it stands, it ain't worth that risk, so it's not going to happen. Here's the two rewards here, the crystalline structure and the rose quartz pottery. So let's get these installed inside our main work area. Where's a good central location? That'll do. So we'll get those installed. That's going to massively boost the rating of this room. There we go. What's it done for the room rating? Not much. Oh, it's just... Oh, it's jumping up now. Okay. Poor Layla is now deceased. It was always going to happen, unfortunately. That's the drama of living in the jungle, I suppose. Meanwhile, Python is going to carry on work inside James's bedroom. We can get rid of that sleep spot, and very soon we should be able to get rid of the one for James as well. Do we have anybody set to crafting? Where's craft? Here we are. Python and James. I tell you what, I'll set them all to crafting. Just try and get some of these stone blocks knocked up as quickly as we can. So if you could do that for me, Garcia. We have enough food for the time being, although we are going to need some more pretty quickly. Okay. That's gone horribly wrong. Right, you two, get in there. Get out of that bedroom. And let's disallow use of that door for a while. These work orders, we shall cancel them. Pressing the wrong hotkey there. Okay, I can't cancel that one. But regardless, our chaps... Oh no, I can't cancel... I need to cancel that, but I can't. Okay, so we have to do a bit of micromanaging here until we can get this wall put in place. So we're going to need one wooden wall just here. So how quickly can we get that built? I'm going to say not quickly enough. Let's try it. So we want a wall there. Where are the nearest Jungalisks? I think they're quite a way off. They're all down here. Right. Let's allow that. James, we need you to do something a little safer. Do some cooking. That'll keep you safe. Python, quickly go work on that wooden wall. It should be fine. Yeah, it's all good. Okay, so crisis averted. That could have gone pretty bad pretty quickly. But we managed to avoid any major dramas there, so everybody's happy. Garcia, you're doing the blocks as requested. We now have enough, so we can suspend that bill. There we go. You're going to have something to eat, no problem. And I guess you're heading off to bed, yeah. James, how are you doing? Not too great. Have something to eat, and then head off to sleep yourself. So yes, the room is now a lot better than it was, as we can see, thanks to the... Oh god. So 2 people have got malaria. Again, that's the joy of the jungle right there. Who's our medical expert? who would be the best person to do this? Leslie 6? I guess it's going to be Leslie. Okay, Leslie, we're going to have to wake you up. We don't have any medicine. Perhaps we should have got the Glitter World medicine. I can't help but think that Randy Random is trolling us here with that one. Hopefully we can manage this. Let's have a look. Oh, it wasn't Python. No. Who got the malaria? Who was it? Did I just dream that? Anyway, this has taught me that we need some medicine on hand pretty quick, so let's set up a growing zone for some heal root. Luckily, one of our colonists does have the required skill level. I believe it is 8. And I believe it's James who has the skill. Yes, he has level 10. So we need James to prioritise working on the heal route. It'll take a couple of days to grow, obviously, but once it's grown, we're going to be fine. Well, fine-ish, anyway. For now, let's get this bedroom finished off. So that's what we had there. We also had a torch lamp. And now we have enough for the slab bed. There we go. What do we have here? Gentle chickens. He wants you to take care of 2 chickens at Tone River for 24 days. The chickens are Theodore's favourite pets, and he wants them to see the world outside of his royal court. Perhaps not. I don't want to be micromanaging animals and feeding animals as well. I mean, we're not doing too bad for food, but we don't need to exacerbate the situation any more than we absolutely have to, really, so we'll disregard that quest for now. Garcia, you are doing what? Oh, you're burying somebody, okay. Ah, yes, they're the people who came down in the transport pod, that's right, I remember. So, things are progressing quite nicely, as we can see. No major concerns or complaints at the moment. James, what are you doing? Okay, you're building your bed. Once you've done that, I'd like you to work on the heal route, please. Garcia, what are you doing? You just popped out there, I guess, but I guess you're safe now. Those Jungalisks are terrifyingly close, so what we're going to do, to prevent anybody accidentally wandering out there, we'll disallow use that door once again. I say once again, it's the first time we've done it. James, what are you doing? Rather than refilling that, I prefer you. Why can't I make you work over here? It's not letting me click. Can anybody? Oh, okay. Bad seasonal temperature. I see. Quickly pause it. Minimum growth temperature 0, maximum 58. How warm is it out there? Is it the fertility requirement? 70%. It shouldn't be, not there. Let's have a look at the overlay for that. Fertility 100%. Just noticed some of our farm here is in a reduced fertility zone, which isn't great, so we might want to move that later. Why? Bad seasonal temperature. Surely it's not. It's within its temperature range. I'm not sure what's happening there. Oh well. So James and Leslie are both idle. Well, it's not fine, but it's not the end of the world. Let's get some more wood chopped. Get those trees there, that one there. Not those, because they're not ready. Yeah, that'll do. James, you should go take care. Yes, you are taking care of that. So that's a bit more wood to the stockpile. Let's see if we can do anything else for the recreation. We could give them the game of Better idea. This is getting a bit crowded in here, a little bit cramped, so I think it's probably not a bad idea to expand this. Maybe out to the south, like so. That's great, that's the next level of research done. Like I said, it doesn't add much at all, if anything, but but it does count towards the overall progression. James is now working on the heal route, which is good. So once this has been excavated, we'll have a little tidy up in here, move some things around a little bit. Ideally, we want our butcher's table to be away from everything else. And in fact, I might even have a separate room for it, I should say, outside. Okay, so we've got a group on the way through. They're quite heavily armed. They might actually take down a few of these spiders. We have Jungalisk Revenge. Which one is it? Okay, so they're taking revenge on Fanny. Because they downed one of them. So let's see how this plays out, shall we? I imagine it's not going to go too well, but as I said, they might thin out the herd, so to speak. Perhaps they won't. Good lord. So yep, that's that relationship there, absolutely crushed thanks to the death of these visitors. Again, that's all part and parcel of being in the jungle. I was thinking about going to expand our safe zone along here, but until these buggers clear off, I ain't doing that. Even at night, it's just not worth the risk, so that's something for the future. James, I forgot to reassign your bed. That's my bad. Let's get you over there. There you go, and get rid of that one. Okay, so now everybody has their own bedroom. That's going to keep their spirits up just that little bit higher, which is always important. So some of the Jungalisks have cleared off. Now we'd have to go and consume some of these corpses down here. Sadly, we still have, what's that, 4 roaming around just outside the front door. Would be nice if they could bugger off. And then, as I said, what we do is we'll put a wall along here and one here, obviously with doors in them. That way, any colonists, they can get to a safer area a little bit faster, and every little is going to help. So another day dawns and our colonists set about their daily tasks. James with the cooking, Python and Leslie are mining, Garcia, you are cleaning. Well, it's always good to keep things nice and tidy around the base. It helps with the mood, so not going to complain about that. So I'll not flag this to be hauled urgently yet. We'll wait until this whole area has been mined out and then get any future drops at the same time. Garcia, what can we have you do? Let's just quickly pause it. Wardening, no. Cooking, we don't have any ingredients at the moment, which is... Why is it saying it's a bad seasonal temperature? I don't understand. It's 9 degrees out there. What temperature does it require? See, it says that minimum of 0. Has something changed here? Because to my mind, they should all be growing right now. Maybe I'm missing something. We need a research project. That's one thing we do need, so let's address that. So we're up to prosthetics. Let's carry on going through basic furniture. We can upgrade our beds with that, which is always nice. So I think we'll go for basic furniture. Get them off the slab beds anyway. See, now it says it's growing. Very, very confused as to what's going off with this farm over here at the moment. Answers on a postcard as always, but it's confusing the heck out of me. I don't know if it's the light level perhaps, but I think it would say that rather than bad seasonal temperature. But yes, we all seem to be growing once again anyway, so well, it's slowing down now, but it is getting into the evening time here, as we can see. Meanwhile, the Jungalisks are still hanging about outside the front gate. The expansion work is almost finished. And Python's going to carry on helping out there, which is good. Nearly at level 4 mining. Leslie's nearly at level 5, so every little helps. And the more progress we can make here, the better. James off to bed, that's fine. The only one still awake actually is Garcia, who's now heading off to bed as well. So let us see what tomorrow brings, shall we? Okay, so overnight we have a raid from Godric. Let's go over here and have a look. Marinata Marin Jones, she is armed with a knife, and she is going to get pretty much buggered by the spiders when they wake up. So hopefully she's not attacking. Oh no, she is attacking immediately. And she's going to set fire to the wall. That's one thing we absolutely don't want. Who's in the best condition to get out there at the moment? I'm going to say... See, we can't send Dolores because she's now Pyromaniac, if I remember. That's right, so... You're not going. It's going to have to be James. Get out here. And you need to extinguish this fire ASAP. Before you burn down the wall. Don't burn down, don't burn down, don't burn down. Okay, there we go. And as we saw, I don't know if you noticed it, but the spiders did then take care of the raiding party themselves, so... All good. All good. Crisis averted. So there's a hunting work site nearby. Obviously, to access that, we would have to leave the map. To leave the map, we have to cross the spider hellhole. So we won't be doing that. James, what are you doing? Oh, you're repairing the wall. That's fine. That should be safe enough. Yes, there we go. So the main room is... Well, the main room expansion, I should say, is almost completed. So we can spread out some of this furniture. Have a larger table with more seating around it so everybody can eat at the same time, because at the moment we only have the 2 stools. And that's the last chunk done there now, so let's get all this, there we go, all that hauled out ASAP, and we'll get this reinstalled down here along with the stools. And that one, and then we want another 2 stools, furniture stool, one there and there. We'll also put a torch lamp down here just to keep things nice and bright. Python, you are cleaning up okay. So that's the furniture successfully rearranged. A bit of cleaning up there by Python, that's all now done. And things are looking a little bit more spacious in our main area. We want to move this research table as well, and I think we'll put that there. Let's go ahead and treat them to a bit of furniture as well, so they can have a little bit of comfort as they work on the research. There we go. A bulk goods trader, and one of the traders is the husband of our colonist Leslie. Oh great, therefore Leslie is gonna not be in a good mood very soon, because her husband is gonna die. In the meantime, let's do a bit more research. Pottery will do. Okay, so that's the relationship tanked with the Gotox Treaty. Oh well, nothing we could do about that. We certainly weren't going to go out and launch any sort of rescue party. Right, so we've now unlocked better beds. Where are they? I think they are in extra furniture. Simple bed. This takes 40 steel. Okay, so we can build some of them. We're not going to be able to build them all, however, we can build at least 2. Now it's got to be Garcia and Leslie, hasn't it? Just because they'll get jealous if anybody else has anything slightly better than themselves, so... They can be the first two to get the simple beds. Okay, so we have run out of food, which is quite disturbing. However, it's not quite ready for harvest, that. We do have berries, they're not ready for harvest. I guess we're going to have to do a bit of foraging. How's the oranges? 82%, that might do. And it is safe to go out there to get those. Bananas down there, 87%, okay. Harvest that, and those bananas, harvest that. That should be enough to keep us going for another couple of days, just until our rice is fully mature, which shouldn't take too much longer. There we go, that's one of the beds completed. I guess we botched the construction of the other one, because we did start working on Leslie's, but now we have stopped. Let's get some more steel queued up to be mined. That way everybody should have enough to get a decent bed. There we go, it's a bit of food for Python, which is always nice. Let's get those bananas hauled back. And what's that done for our food supplies? Ah, that's not bad. And some of our rice plants are also being harvested as well, so we should be good to go there. And in fact, James is going to knock up a few meals, have one for himself, that's fine. Let's also get that cooler refilled, just to keep things nice and comfortable in our base. Python, what's bugging you? Oh, you've observed a rotting corpse. I guess that was this one here. Okay, well, I apologise for that. I'm sure you'll soon get over it. Oh, God. Right. Are you armed? You're not armed. So that's good. Python, you're safe up there. Garcia, you might be able to calm her down. Okay, guess not. Can't do any interaction with Leslie. Can't make her drop the wood either. Python. Okay, how do we handle this? Nobody can... There we go, we can arrest Leslie. Okay, no we can't. How about if we do this? Sleeping spot. 4 prisoners. James. Okay. Crisis averted. Don't strip her. How do we release her? Let's see. What do we do to release? I don't know. Well, we now have a prisoner, and I guess we've now got to try and recruit her back into the fold. Okay. Who's our warden? It's still Garcia, isn't it? Okay, that's fine. Let's then... What's resistance? So it's quite high still. Let's reduce your resistance. And Garcia. Oh, you can't interact on that level yet. That's a shame, but soon you'll be able to. Okay, that's fine. That's just because technically Leslie's no longer a member of the colony because she has been arrested. I am hopeful we can recruit her back into the fold pretty quickly, especially with somebody with decent social skill like Garcia has here. Still can't do any interactions yet though. The supernova is now past. Who's got the extreme break risk? Python, what's up your butt? Okay. Well, you're going to have something to eat now, so that should help some of your mood. No slaves. Fiesta of family delayed. 8 without a table. Colonist died. Oh yes, that's a colonist who crash landed. awful bedroom and observed rotting corpse. Okay. Yeah, I suppose it is awful. Perhaps if we give you a plant pot. In fact, why don't we give everybody a plant pot? So you prioritise your plant pot there. And then that should boost your bedroom rating just a little, or just enough that you're no longer going to be grumpy about it. Still classed as awful. Garcia, can you... Yes, so let's give her some food. It's not like this is an extra mouth to feed. She was eating here anyway. And then have a little chat with her. Get her resistance reduced as quickly as we can. Okay, so that's only gone down by 0.2, which is pretty awful. And it's going to stay that way for a long while, just because obviously her husband died, and that's dragging it down with her. Don't know what's happening out there, but it sounds terrifying. But yes, the death of her husband has been our undoing here. How did that get in here? Oh, it's a skip hound. I guess they can teleport. Oh. Is it hunting somebody? Or is it just flitting around randomly? It looks like it's just jumping around randomly. Anyway, I was checking who's a decent hunter, because then we can give them this rifle. 5.5. Garcia, guess what? You get the rifle, or the musket. There we go. So this is going to be a very slow process, this. 0.3 that time, which is an improvement, but still not great. So that's the mining order almost finished. Here's the malaria. Okay. Let's just have a look at this. They've both been treated. In fact, no. Python hasn't been treated. Where are you? So we have no medicine yet, although we do have a field growing. 0% quality, that's not great. Just clean that little bit up there, thank you. So things have taken a pretty poor turn for the worse here. We've lost one colonist as they tried to murder Python, which we simply cannot allow. And our two gentlemen, Python and James, are both stricken with malaria. Sadly, I don't think... No. Garcia cannot harvest the heal root as far as I'm aware because of her low skill. Or does that just mean they can't plant it? Hopefully it's the latter. Hopefully she can still harvest it. That's it, just vomit all over Python's dinner. I'm sure they appreciate that. And how are we doing for food? Pretty poor, but the rice is almost ready to harvest. Garcia, you're doing some cleaning. You can't do any tending yet. How long does a tend last for? Another 3 days. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on that rather sour note, I think we shall leave it there for today. Things have gone pretty poorly today, if I'm completely honest. 2 of the guys are struck down with malaria, which is not good. And we've lost Leslie due to a murderous rampage and us having to arrest her to keep Python safe. Luckily, we've still got Garcia fit and active and up and about, and she's also a decent warden. However, I don't know she can do medical care, that's fine. So hopefully Garcia will soon be able to recruit Leslie back into the fold, but it's not going great so far due to her low mood, thanks to the death of her husband. Perhaps we'd have been better trying to just incapacitate Leslie rather than arresting her, but there we go. So, we'll leave it there, as I said. All that remains for me to say is, as always, ladies and gentlemen, take very good care of yourselves. It's ta-ta for now.